Everyone, I have another quick video that I'm going to do regarding the different weather-related anomalies and things of that nature taking place around Earth. Now, this was reported, they said scary, no earthquakes with magnitude larger than 6.0 in 25 days, so the really big one is building up. They told people to get ready. This was before, I believe this was before the 7.6 earthquake struck off of the coast of Mexico. It was in between Mexico and Cuba. You can do a quick search for that. A magnitude 7.6 struck in Honduras, January 9th, 8:51 p.m. their time, according to the USGS.gov. And there have been several earthquakes, which you can check out here on the United States Geological Service, or Geological Survey. That service is available online. Multiple news outlets reported on this earthquake, the 7.6 quake. So that news was behind. It was right before this earthquake struck. This was a huge quake, by the way. A 7.6 is obviously a large earthquake. A 3.3 apparently struck in California just 1 hour ago. It did give them a tsunami warning. Now, AccuWeather is discussing this because of the possibility of a tsunami. So, that's just an update to that. There has been an earthquake, a large earthquake, since that article. So, apparently it was building up to a large quake. They just didn't know where. And in other news, a deadly mudslide shut down the highways and killed at least 5 people in Montecito, the area of Southern California. And you can see the images being posted to Twitter right here of this deadly mudslide. I did copy the link if you would like to read this for yourself. After the apocalyptic fires, now a powerful mudslide tore through Southern California on Tuesday, shutting down highways and leaving at least 5 people dead in its wake, as confirmed by the Associated Press. The natural disaster occurred in the Montecito area, known for its A-list residents, after the region received over 5 inches of rain on Tuesday, causing the oversaturated hillsides to send massive runoff rushing on to the Highway 101 below. Multiple homes and businesses were reportedly ripped from their foundation by the powerful mudslide, while other homes in the area burned down due to a gas line explosion related to the storm. There have been several reports, from what I could see, of gas line explosions, and you can also check out this article and this video on YouTube as well. I copied the link to this webpage where you can also watch this video of the news reports. A woman named Susan, who is a 40-year-old resident of the area. She's a 40-year resident of the area. She's lived there 40 years and witnessed the destruction. She told the outlet that the mudslide was so loud that it sounded like a freight train rattling her doors. She added that you could hear the boulders coming down and cracking against each other. It must have been so scary, they stated. And here are more images. Those were just shown previously on Twitter, and this one of a police car. There's a cop car. There's another vehicle. The roads are destroyed. Bridges, roads, homes, businesses, multiple places completely destroyed. Multiple homes in the area are reportedly remain right now without power, while residents are still trapped in their homes and vehicles waiting for rescuers to bring them to safety. Hopefully many of the individuals have gotten to safety by now. But another news here, another Chelyabinsk. Chelyabinsk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. Meteorite. A meteorite, huge bolide, changes night into day, while disintegrating in a loud, rattling booms over thousands of kilometers or kilometers, depending on your pronunciation, in Russia on Orthodox Christmas Day. Meteor, fireball, mystery booms. So you can also check this article out here. But this is the meteor. This is the middle of the night in Russia. It turned night into day, shown by many of the images on Twitter here. And they're stating here that, I don't know if this is fact or not. I know some individuals have discussed it with me, but I'm going to have to do further research into this. I do know we're in a solar minimum right now, and that the sun is not putting out as much energy as it has, and it's in that cycle right now, and it's almost spotless, so to speak. There are almost no sunspots currently, and usually when that happens, it doesn't put out as much energy toward Earth, and it could possibly create cooler weather. I think roughly 15% of scientists in the community, they argued with each other. The majority of them don't believe that there's enough evidence supporting the fact for many ice ages right now, that we will be going into any mini ice ages. And 15% of scientists say that their evidence right now supports that there will be multiple mini ice ages, that we'll be heading through an ice age. But I'm not really going to report on that, because they're saying here, oh my goodness, we're all going to freeze to death and all that kind of stuff, run out of food and collapsing economy and society and all of this, and you can read this article if you'd like. But they're stating on there that we are going through a period similar to what they went through several times throughout history. They think the worst would be 2020 to 2024. Speaking of which, during 2024, we will also have another eclipse here in the United States. So that's also something that will occur in 2024. But I'll have to do further research on this, because many other articles out there are stating that there's not enough evidence, and that every time we go through these polar vortexes and extremely cold weather, that they always try to come up with these articles stating every 2 years or so that we are going to go through an ice age or a mini ice age. Similar to how the global warming individuals promoting global warming, every time we get extreme heat or extremely warm weather, they're always then promoting global warming, the rising temperatures and all of this. I do believe the climate is changing without a doubt. There is climate change, and that carbon emissions are not helping that, but they do tend to promote certain things when things are taking place. So I can't say 100% whether or not that this is fact or not, but you can check out the article. I'll open it up, and I'll post a link to it below where you can read it for yourself and make your own judgment. This article here states that surprise DNA reveals new group of Native Americans. So a new group of Native American Indians has been found. The ancient Beringians. So you can check out this article here as well. And water disappears from Belize's beaches after the 7.6 magnitude earthquake hit the east of the Great Swan Island in Honduras. So there's a definite tsunami warning there. The water right there, that's supposed to be the beach where the water is. There's a boat, and there's people walking where the water should be. That's been happening quite commonly lately, but it is a lot more common and explainable for it to happen when there's actually a tsunami or a storm taking place, or right after an earthquake. So yesterday an article was written about the scary absence of large earthquakes last month, and now not a single earthquake with a magnitude larger than 6.0 would happen in 25 days. Right after that publication, a few hours later, there was a 7.6 earthquake, and that struck the Great Swan Island in Honduras. Pressure is still being released by the aftershocks right now, like heck. Now, one of the most impressive consequences of this earthquake was the water receding from several beaches in San Pedro, Belize, as tsunami warnings was claimed for Belize and Honduras. So you can check out the videos there. As you'll see, there is literally no water on the beach. The shore is just sand. This video taken by individuals on the beach. There's the boat, there's the dock. And there's no water. 1 to 2 hours after the quake, minor tsunami waves of up to 0.98 feet have been observed, and there is the documentation. Now there's a few pictures of the water receding circulating online. This has been a phenomenon widely seen worldwide, even in the absence of a tsunami or a tidal wave. So, do you think this ocean disappearance was linked to a tsunami? Because there have been many instances it's been happening, especially in Ecuador, but in many different countries across Earth, really, it's been happening everywhere when there's not even a tsunami or a tidal wave taking place, or even an earthquake. Many individuals and fishermen were scared in Ecuador, I believe. As I reported in a few previous videos, they were afraid and frightened that a major storm was on its way, but nothing happened, thankfully. But this article here shows DNA of new group of Native American Indians, the ancient Aboriginals. I think that's the correct pronunciation. I'll share the link in the description below for these articles, where you can read this article. So that's very interesting as well. Anyway, much love, and I just wanted to share these strange news articles taking place right now, and I send the best of wishes to you all, and thank you for watching. Peace. Bye.